Furniture in this car, right? Because this is like not a trunk, but still, maybe you need to carry something. And let's check how much this space we have here.
There's no button. There's no button. No, it's you.
I was just tricking you guys. There's no button.
I wanted to see how far you were gonna go.
Yeah, you should do like your homework and know where it is, because there's no button there. Just do this.
Yep.
This is your like trunk area. Yeah, I don't think it's that huge of space, but yeah, pretty sure like you can put some groceries here, maybe some extra stuff. Yeah, if you're picking up somebody from airport, that might be a bit maybe tough. If you're picking up like a family, it might be a little bit tough. But I think yeah, maybe you need a bigger car for that. Yeah, here, so you have a spare. You have a spare tire here, but it's like covered by this thing, so it's really neat, nice. Yeah, you have another 12 volts here, so if you need something, you know. Okay, how about can you fold your seats?
Yeah. The seats fold down. Once they fold down, I can carry like basically a whole living room of IKEA furniture in the back car.
Yeah, so it's a good trade-off, right? So
yeah.
if you really need to have like extra space, you can still like fold your seats, and yeah, you can put something there. And I think since it's like hatchback, it's really like very high here. So that sense you can really like put something like really heavy. So I mean, you can still carry something here.
Yeah, and that lift, this lift right here, this actually comes off.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes it super easy to, to get stuff in and out.
Yeah. So I think it's relatively good trade-off for this kind of car. I mean, it's definitely not a cargo car, but you can still have like a decent space.
Oh yeah.
Occasionally, if you need to have that. And if you notice that behind this shield you have a rear view camera, so really a good solution, because when it like rains in a regular car, if it's like uncovered camera, it really just being covered by like water and you cannot see clearly. But with Volkswagen, no matter how dirty it is, it just pops out and you can see the rear view very clearly. So I think it's a really good solution from that. This is how it pops up, and you see the camera here. I think it's also important for cars of not so long size to have enough space for the rear side seats, and like I think to be fair, we have to adjust the front seat for Ian, for example, and try to see if he can sit behind him. So that just to be fair, because otherwise, if somebody who is like smaller than the person on the front, that will be not a fair comparison. So let's make this fair comparison and let's Ian to sit behind himself, imagine himself.
Yeah, so I'm 5'10". I'm not super tall, but I think I can sit behind myself. It's pretty good. I have lots of head space.
So can you still wear like a hat or something like that? You see? So maybe even 2 extra hats.
Maybe. But I have like maybe, I don't know, like what, an inch in front of my knees. And this is me sitting behind myself. So it's a little cramped, I'm not gonna lie. The front seats are a lot more comfortable, and this has no lumbar support. They're pretty flat. But this wouldn't be bad for like a 2-hour drive if I ever needed to sit behind myself.
But if it's something like 10 hours, probably your knees will be
10 hours to
yeah, that makes sense. So how about what do you think, how many passengers can you fit in there? Like, is it like 2 passengers or 3 passengers, or like, what do you think?
Yeah, so on paper, it's a 5-passenger, but it's really, if you want to sit people comfortably, it's
So you can say like 4 people should be okay in this car.
Four people, you should be good.
4 people should be good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think you can talk a lot of stuff about the car, you can review all details, but if you don't really drive it, then there's not much sense in it. So why don't we just try to start this beast and try to give it a try on the highway. You see the clear view of a rear view camera. It's really good here. It asks us whether it's safe to move. I think it should be safe. You can try to back up a bit. Here is like how it behaves on the highway, how does it accelerate, and yeah, how about the turns, whether it tilts or not. So all those things you're gonna see right now. So also it has 2 modes of transmission. One's like a regular mode, another like a sport mode. Right now we're like in regular mode and it's like a little bit smooth and comfortable, but we can try to switch to sport mode and see what's different. So you see like the tachometer, it really keeps it like around 2000, but if you use like sport mode, it really can go up to like red zone all the way. If you really need that acceleration, you can use that. Yeah, the steering wheel feels okay, not too light. I think I don't really like it to be like very light, so it feels better when it's like more heavy, it feels more sporty.
Yeah, the really cool thing about at least this model of a GTI, I don't know how the other ones do it, but the faster you go, the stiffer the steering wheel gets.
Wow.
The slower you go, the easier it is to turn. So if you're driving at like 5-10 miles an hour around your neighborhood, you can turn it with the finger.
Yeah.
But on a highway, it's a little bit stiffer, like at a higher speed. Right?
I think it does make sense because like the higher you, the faster you go, like the more sensitive it is.
Yeah.
And you don't really want to like mess it up, I guess. So the more heavier it is, the better.
Yeah, it's still electronic steering wheel, so it's not.
It's not real like reason for it to be like that, but yeah, it's just like the electronic look and feel. I think now this automatic engine off, it really kicked in, and you see like it stopped engine and now it like started it, and it can really go right now. So, and if you can also switch it to the sport mode just by pushing it one time, and it really, I can really start feeling the difference right there, the way like transmission works. I think now it goes way above 2000, and I think it really adjusts to the way you're driving. So right now it goes like between 2 and 3,000, but I think if I like do a kick down, it will be going like above that. So we'll see in the highway how it behaves. You definitely see, you definitely can hear the difference in sound that I can feel for sure, but it's probably not only that. If you try to use a bit of acceleration in this car, right there on the turn, and you can see. You guys see how it really holds the road really well, even though the tires are like stock, but I think it does a really good job on like handling the road. So
Of course, there's a trash bag.
yeah, there's a trash bag. It's normal. It's totally fine. And you guys see that this car has a blind spot detection. So there's like a light which blinks when there's like a car, or so when there's a car in your blind zone, or when it's approaching your blind zone. So it's really, you can save your life maybe even. So that's really good safety feature.
One thing that would be really nice if it beeped.
If it beeped, yeah.
That would be really nice.
Or even like maybe giving you feedback on the steering wheel, like vibrated.
That would be okay.
That would be.
Yeah, I know BMW vibrates the steering wheel.
Yeah.
I actually find that a little annoying.
Annoying.
Yeah.
feel you. But like if you know that you have a blind spot detection, you never like look back before you switch.
And you should go a couple of lanes over.
Yeah.
You can take the exit there. And you can do a highway pull.
Like you give it some gas.
Just float it.
So now guys, you can see it's like 6,000, even higher than that. That's what it is in the sport mode. But we don't have much space to do that, so that's it. And another thing to mention is like we were at 60 miles per hour, and even at that speed, it really accelerates well. So I think like 2 liters of like turbo engine really does its job. Hey Ian.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's going well.
How about reviewing the interior of this car? What do you think?
Well, I like it a lot. It's a GTI, so it's a really, really good daily driver. It's also very comfortable. It's pretty quiet, except for a few little annoying spots, like like the rear view mirror and the dashboard console here. They tend to like vibrate, make some noise, but otherwise it's a very, very comfortable interior.
What is the thing that you like the most about this interior?
So honestly, what I really like the most is that it's like actually it's pretty quiet. I don't get a lot of road noise. I don't get too much noise from outside. The sound acoustics are okay. They're not like BMW sound acoustics, but they're pretty good. And actually, I really appreciate the simplicity in the car. Everything is pretty simple. There's not like a million buttons, stuff like that. So those things are actually pretty nice.
What do you think? What you would improve if you can do that? Like in interior, what you would improve?
Oh, well, there are a few bits and pieces that are a little sort of on the cheap side. So for example, if you look over here, like this is a pretty odd one. I think other people have pointed this out. So this is a volume knob, and when you turn it, the power button turns with the volume knob. Right?
Wow.
It's just kind of like a really weird thing. I really hate that this is just like a whole bunch of clicks here, as opposed to like just one click here, one click here. So when I'm adjusting, the airflow, I know exactly where I'm at, as opposed to when I put it here, I don't know if I'm actually here or there or in the middle. How does it actually work? I really don't know. Just tiny little things, nothing, I'm really nitpicking right now. The plastics are okay. I think this is kind of, I guess it's more borderline hard plastic, but it's okay. It's not too bad. There's some soft touch plastics here and here, but it's really the vibration of this thing that annoys me more than anything else.
Oh, the rear mirror?
Yeah, it does tend to vibrate, and especially when it gets really hot outside, when you're driving like on a road, a little bit of a rough road, this tends to vibrate quite a bit, and it's just one of those little things that drives me nuts.
So is it vibrating because of like the road uneven, or is it like vibrating because of the like music?
No, I think it's because the road,
Wow.
and you kind of have to push it a little bit so it stops, so it kind of clicks in place. All right, so that's just one of those silly things, but overall, it's not that bad. It's actually quite nice.